Bills Patriots, probably the best game of the weekend. AFC East battle. Bills are favored. And I've said on a couple of shows recently, Kelly, I love to watch the Bills because I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL. But it feels to me a bit like the Bills are just ready for the postseason to be here. They don't seem to show up every week. I think when push comes to shove, they think they are good enough because of Josh Allen to win a Super Bowl. But right now, they would have to go on the road and win a lot of games because unless they beat the Patriots and find a way to catch them down the stretch, they're not going to win their division, which means they're going to have to run through Foxborough or somewhere else. I'm going to take the Bills because this feels to me like a statement game opportunity for them to demonstrate, hey, we are the class of the AFC. They're probably not going to have the Chiefs to worry about in the postseason. Maybe they don't even have Lamar Jackson to worry about in the postseason. We know that there have been huge games there, too.
Well, listen, here's the thing you just said about the Bills. And we saw it for 3 quarters last week versus Joe Burrow and the Bengals. It's like they're just going through the motions. They really are just not that motivated to play these football games, or at least it appears so from my couch. Now, this is going to be a game they're motivated. Why? Because guess who went in October and beat Buffalo as an 8-point underdog? That's right. New England did. And if you don't think that Buffalo might have been looking ahead a little bit from last week to this week, I think you're sadly mistaken. Now, the question is, how do you quantify revenge? We were talking about quantifying motivation and so forth in bowl games. You can't. But I do think that's why the bookmakers marched out Buffalo as a favorite here, because power ratings wise, New England hasn't played anybody. Patriots fans have been mad at me all season long. But who have they beaten with a winning record over the last 9 weeks? That would be the team I just bashed on, Tampa Bay. And I get that the schedule is not New England's fault, but I got to side with Buffalo here. I think this is going to be a great rematch. I think the Bills are going to come off on top. If you look at the first meeting, the Bills held some really notable advantages in the box score. And I think if Josh Allen could find his mojo last week late, he can again this week in New England.